Welcome to Arrogant Observer. Today we'll be covering the Island Theater,
Greenspans,
and Milk and Cookies. This is Southgate, California.
Are you a Southgate cat or a Linwood cat? Thank you very much.
Aquí tenemos de todo, menos dinero.
Es difícil empezar un negocio.
Claro que sí. Con inteligencia se puede hacer. Para vender a cosas es a darle el mejor servicio al cliente. El servicio en un negocio es el número uno. You never know. You can do good or you can do bad. You see, lately, how many people they went out of business? Me, I've been in this area for 20 years. Mira, aquí seguimos.
Carlos, muchas gracias.
Claro que sí, Canas. Mucho gusto a ti, ¿eh? Cuídese.
Gracias.
Que Dios les bendiga.
Que Dios nos bendiga.
There was a huge need for a venue here.
It was an all-ages venue. It gave space to a community, especially the youth, where youth could come and discover music.
Here in what we call Cellar now, you know, Southeast LA, Linwood, Bell, HP, Southgate, like there was just a huge scene of music. There were so many great bands here, you know, every genre of music, ska, metal, mine rock or prog rock, punk rock, like everything. And there was no space to go, really.
So this was a place where parents would drop off kids to a show. I mean, it was one of the only, pretty much the only all-ages music venue in the area. It like really exposed the youth to more music that maybe they didn't have the access to. And it was this type of place that like after the show, you know, somebody's mom would like ask the security guards to get Miguel, that his ride was like waiting for him outside. So then it was like that like friendly like feeling too. It's like they get to see like this amazing band, but actually like the Allen's gonna take care of them too. So when it's time to go home, your mom's waiting outside, dude.
So what is a gypsy brewer?
What they do is they create their brand, they find a brewer, and they brew their recipe.
Putting down roots is different.
What's expensive?
Tell me about why it matters that Southgate is the place where you're fucking putting down roots.
Because this is my community, this is where I grew up in. It's a viable, thriving community that's going elsewhere for entertainment, for food, for culture. I just sit around and can complain about how the Tweedy Mile is dilapidated and there's no investment occurring, or I can do something about it. So what I want to be able to demonstrate is that we can have good things. And people do want good things. We're gonna bring our community the best beer they've ever had. I'm gonna make it affordable and acceptable. I'm not gonna cheapen it. I'm not gonna wash it down. I have one of the most amazing brewers. I wouldn't do this without our brewer, no way. And his commitment is, if the beer isn't true, we're dumping it, right? We want someone to walk in here, and if they're you know, by themselves or they're shy, they can sit with a group and make friends and you know, feel comfortable. You know, as they say, this could be their third space, right? Their house work, and hey, they're gonna come out and have a great beer with us, and they're gonna have some good food, and they're gonna have some great friends to chop it up with. My biggest dream is just to open, right, and to pour our first beer. And that, I think, is an example to the community to say these businesses are viable in Southeast Los Angeles, right? I think that would, for me, be a big success. This is the running joke, right? Like, if you want a pint of Modelo, $35. Here's that Lorita, you know? Here's that Lorita. This is the blue maize lager that we make. Corn comes from Mexico. Here you go.
My name is Evan Greenspan. This is Greenspans. We're in Southgate, California. We've been in business 94 years, and we're an original clothing store. We like to call ourselves the last original clothing store. We also have an online store, Greenspans.com. Social media, OG Greenspans. My grandparents started this business in 1928. I'm third generation. My children, the fourth generation. We're here to take care of our customers' classic style needs. That's what we've specialized in. My grandparents came here, started a business, immigrants, and they brought in their family, and each one took care of a different department. Our original name is Greenspans Department Store. and there was men's, women's, children clothing, appliances, yardage, and we've continued through the years just listening to what our customers want. And in the 70s and 80s, a lot of our customers liked the zoot suit styles and couldn't find it in the trendy stores of that time. Now we reproduce authentically 100 items that wouldn't be found in any other store.
Cousimanos! Cousimanos! Cousimanos, we love you so much. We want you to succeed forever and ever and ever. All right, so we're here at the Southgate Library. The library is a library. It's sort of the same thing, but outside of it has always been the Joseph Young Museum. Well, it's a sculpture, I guess. And me and Roland were just talking about how we've always wanted to climb up this rock. Ain't that right, Roland? Ain't that right? If you see it, it's easily scalable. It shouldn't be too hard to climb up. It's even got a diagonal line, like it's asking you to climb it. So this is it. We're gonna live our lives.
I should have been like this.
We're gonna put a rocket flame on you.
My name is Jackie, and we're at Yuris Records. Second generation, my father and my mother started it back in '76. It's a family name that happens to be my youngest brother. Back then, believe it or not, still 8-tracks, cassettes, vinyl, and of course stickers, posters.
That's always been part of the...
Always. And now, vinyl's back in again. Vinyl, CDs, cassettes are coming back, plastic skateboards, roller skates. All music is selling right now. You know, everyone loves music, so that brings everybody together.
Do you guys take music home? Do you ever like, oh, I'm gonna hear this?
Oh my God, I do. And when I was in high school, they would play in the quad.
Slayer would?
Yeah.
Man,
That'd be crazy. I know.
Yeah. What it fixes are like stores, like we have Target, we have Best Buy. You know, their thing is getting people into the store to buy bigger items.
What are your thoughts on things like Spotify?
That's fine. People get to hear more music, and you know, people still are collectors. The most important thing about taking care of a record is putting it back in the cover after you play it.
This is a quick style history of Southgate. So, assuming you already know the part of LA history where the indigenous people are swindled out of the only place they've known for countless generations, the story of Southgate begins with Francisco Lugo as some big shot soldier for Spain. He must be good at wholesale land theft because the Spanish king says he can go ahead and take possession of 11 square miles, and Lugo names his land Rancho San Antonio. When Lugo gets old, he splits the land up among his kids. Europeans love doing this. It's basically the plot of every other Shakespeare play. Anyways, Lugo's kids split up the land with their kids and so on until eventually one of them is left with a little chunk that we all call Southgate. Later, R.D. Tweedy and family show up with an ox cart and dreams of setting up a business area with a gym and a brewery and a dentist just for kids and a couple 99-cent stores and maybe a Pollo Loco. On January 20th, 1923, 2,500 residents officially become the city of Southgate, and soon after, this becomes the birthplace of one Glenn Seaborg. This little brainiac goes on to discover a number of elements on the periodic table, including Californium, New Yorkium, Texasum, and any other stadium have yet to post up. He also discovers Seaborgium, which marks the first time a scientist was badass enough to name an element after themselves. Southgate goes through a business boom when companies like Firestone and General Motors drop factories right in the middle of their blue-collar American dream. For a while, lawns are green, Freemasons shake hands vigorously, and everyone goes to church on Sundays. Unfortunately, there's too many black people hanging around for Southgate's comfort, so they get the band back together and form the white supremacist gang, the Spook Hunters. This social club likes to spend its free time using violence against local blacks. Many of the founding members of local black gangs have gone on record to say their formation was a direct reaction to the Spook Hunters. In the 1980s, the gates in Southgate opened wide as honkies scatter from the scourge of non-honkies. In the 1990s, voters worry that Walmart is going to impact their local businesses, and then in the 2000s, worry that online business is going to impact their local Walmart. Now in 2022, like many parts of LA County, the edges of Southgate's borders have become less and less distinct. Jacob, do you like cookies?
Yeah.
Do you like ice cream?
Yeah.
Do you like Fruity Pebbles?
Yeah.
So what do you think about a sandwich made out of cookies with Fruity Pebbles on them with ice cream inside?
It's really good.
Really good?
Yeah.
Is this your first one you ever had?
Yeah.
My name is Jenny, and we're currently at Milk and Cookies in Southgate. We knew we wanted it to be dessert, and we knew we wanted it to be classic. So we went with Milk and Cookies, and you know, having grown up in Southgate, having been here all my life, I knew that I wanted it to be in my own community. First, the idea was going to be to open up a coffee shop. But the more I thought about it, I thought about how great it would be to have a space that people could come to, you know, after dinner, when they're feeling sad, come to the shop and get some ice cream, or when they're celebrating something. Having grown up here, again, you see a lot of big box stores, a lot of corporations come in and, they do well. But, I have always been a huge proponent of small business. And for me, it's always been important to connect those small businesses, right? And so when I had the opportunity to do so with my business, right, I made it a point to seek out other small businesses, other, POC-owned businesses, because it is important to continue that connection with community. I think it's important for people in this neighborhood to see that it is possible to open up your own business and to maintain your own business, and you don't have to go outside of, community lines to go get something that's like unique and good.
Hey, did you know this used to be the Firestone company where...
Yeah, this is the original Firestone tire company.
I'm sorry I stopped you. These are probably Firestones you got right here.
No. Back in the days, there must have been at least 3,000 workers here.
What do you think about us shifting to a bicycle more than cars, though?
Well, I agreed with that. I'm 100% with that.
Fuck Firestone. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
All right.
Good day.
But in the beginning, I just tell them the same thing. What happens is respect starts right here at this fucking front door. You ain't get no respect, don't even come in here. When I used to go to bars, I didn't want to go in a bar that was a shithole. I didn't want to go in the one where I have to have a gun in my pocket. You know what I mean? That's not what you want. You want to go relax. In the back area back there is a smoking area. I said you can smoke cigarettes and smoke weed. I don't give a shit. Okay? Because everybody does it anyway, and if you tell them no, it's going to be a problem. Just do it and don't wipe out my place. These kind of places are, they go out of business. They're like a dying breed. They're family owned, so your business licenses and taxes and other things take you out of the loop. But being just been in a family for 40 years, it's a paid off deal. It's going to be here as long as I want to be here. You know what I mean? The challenge part of it is that, you can't, you try different things. I've had bands in here. Bands do pretty good, but it gets way crowded and it's a parking issue. Karaoke, we have karaoke, something new here that we've been doing. We advertise it on Instagram. NFL football package, I have that here. So we have Monday nights free food. Whether you drink or not, you still get free food. You come and watch the game. Thursday nights, which tonight there's a game. I think there's a game, so I'm pretty sure there's one tonight. But anyway, from next Thursday on, it'll be free hot dogs. You buy a beer, you get a hot dog or whatever. Or you can eat 1 or 6, I don't care, you know what I mean? Depends on the mood that the girl's in that's working,
What's up, man? We got spreads in here. We're coming out of Southgate originally. We started off as some youngsters from the street, hood babies, we see everybody just trying to hustle. We trying to get ours too, man. You just get some hot water, put it in a bag, wait about 3 minutes, and then you add whatever you want. Right now we're working on a vegan flavor, actually. We work with a lot of people that have experienced different traumas in their life. A lot of those people end up, unfortunately, ending up in a cell, and we're bringing that to a bigger light and just a bigger positivity right now, So you can get your gel spreads right here. We just trying to bring everybody together, man. We spreads the love everywhere we go. Find us in your local market too, for sure. Yeah.
Do you know how long this place has been here?
Almost 20 years, I think.
What do you think this place has been doing right? That they've been here for years. What, the big 99-cent stores exist, and still they're able to compete and keep above and do business. What do you think, honestly, how they do that? What is the difference here?
I think it's because we have different items like beauty, clothing, food, a lot of different stuff that the other 99 doesn't have it.
Sometimes it seems like something weird just comes in, it's just a strange thing, and it's very discounted or something, and it just disappears. How do they always have this advantage? Where do you think that advantage comes from? The merchandise buyers are smart, or?
Yeah, they are, but I don't know how they get those special items. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever had any crazy customers come in, or anything interesting where you're like, oh man, you should have been there today? this is the north gate and south gate.
That's correct, yes.
So if it goes north and it goes south, is it just gate?
In the middle.
Is it just middle gate? Maybe they should call it.
That's right.
¿Qué dice usted?
Yo no quiero entrevista.
Nada.
Vengo de Los Ángeles y apenas me mudé. Oh, lo grande, lo bonito que está. Y la confianza todavía que se puede caminar.
We've been coming here for a few years now.
I was born in Mississippi, but I live in Paramount. Most of the people come up here, we see each other every day. I come up here 5 days a week.
Best spot in the park? Basketball court?
Yeah, basketball.
Basketball court? Yeah. Who's better, Southgate or Linwood?
Southgate, come on. You answer that.
I'm from HP.
What's up with this park?
Bigger, it feels more outdoorsy, and it feels more like a forest. And the other ones just feel like a patch of grass.
Last question, what is your bank pin number? What do you think of this park?
It's pretty good. I'm not, the Southgate, resident, the Karahi.
I think this park is probably valuable to all the cities.
I really appreciate this park districts. I can give maximum point.
Maximum points. Did you get that? Maximum points.
Me tapo la cara porque no quiero que me conozcan. Soy talibán, puro viejito.
Pero calmada la cosa.
Calmada a veces. A veces se encabronan los viejitos.
This motherfucker nice. It ain't no shit. Ain't really no bullshit going on. I can say that.
You know, if you had to sleep in a park, you feel like you do all right out here.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I would.
Yeah, we're in Southgate, California right now. Yeah, you know, it's the land, the city. Cousimanos for that good pizza. You gotta check out, Greenspans.
Southgate Park, Tom's Jr., the OG Tom's on Cali, and Tweety. Southgate is known for, in the beginning of the time, of Southgate, we got hoes, but the whole industry shit, with the Firestone tires, the GM, the motors, fucking the milk factory, yep, all that.
Whenever you guys just come to Southgate, just come respectful, bro. That's all we ask for. Come respectfully, we good out here. Everybody's welcome to our city.
Yes, sir.
Ahí está, yesterday. Bueno.